The biggest sometimes question we get is, should I use a graphite shaft? Or let me rephrase it, I don't want to use a graphite shaft. No, I want to get a steel shaft. But you've got no speed. Well, I don't want to play graphite. Well, you should play graphite. That is the change in conversation we've had over the last probably 3 or 4 years. Good players, better players now are considering using graphite. You know, you've got stuff like this. This is the LA Golf A Series 105 stiff, and this is the Modus 105 shaft. Now these two are very similar profile-wise. In fact, probably you could argue that the actual graphite shaft plays a little stiffer. Now the torque might be a little bit higher because obviously steel's got less torque than graphite, but the way they play, that will actually, the graphite will play a little bit firmer. So you're seeing that stronger player or that 105 gram type of guy now considering possibly hitting graphite. But the biggest change of all is down here in the 75 gram battle zone. So that's the Rajin 75 here, and you've got the Zelos 7 here. Very similar. The Rajin's got a bit more weight towards the butt section, but in terms of physical weight, it's the same. So that guy could actually get into a graphite, or he could stay in a steel, and that's where the big war zone is right now in terms of that sort of 80 gram down to 70 gram type steel shaft versus graphite. And again, it's feel, it's what you load the shaft with. If you haven't got a lot of load, then possibly that graphite's got a little bit more torque in it, might help you get a bit more pop at the bottom. Equally, if you're someone who's quite snatchy, you might find that actually the graphite for you is a bad idea, but you can get into the steel and it feels much more solid. And again, without being sort of a politician, and I met someone the other day, but a guy came in the other day, really nice guy, sort of said, look, I'm getting old, I probably should use graphite, I don't really like the idea of it, but hey, I've got to do it. He's coming in, he had an idea that he had a fitting somewhere else that they said graphite, wasn't quite in love with the feel of it, but was, okay, fair enough, wanted a second opinion. And in the end, put him into the Zelos, funny enough, and it was like, wow, that's amazing, that feels unbelievable. And you go, well, it's out there, but it's the same weight as what you were fitted for, it's just a little bit tighter because it's steel. And maybe because it was pressed his buttons, that felt better than the graphite. Everyone's different, right? But if you're going in to a fitting, have an open mind that sometimes actually, even if you are a stronger player, the graphite, there's lots out there. MMT 105, MMT Mitsubishi Rayon, you've got the LA shafts. These guys are making some really decent, strong product. Fujikura do some pro spec stuff. So again, that heavier product could help you. Don't be frightened to try it. If you don't like it, that's great. You've tried it, it's good. Don't close your head or your mind to something that could actually work for you. But again, that's the joy of the fitting. Enjoy the whole experience.